All right, first up is going to be Rick Stroud.
Great mask, by the way. Hey, Mike, you've been one of the best receivers for years now in this league, but on the goal line, you've been unstoppable. Does Brady check to you, or when he sees man coverage, is he doing some of that nonverbal, or is that just in the game plan?
Oh, both. You know, it was weird this past week. I was getting a lot of double in the field, but in goal line, it was man-to-man. So, you know, we tried to take advantage of that when we could. And it worked out this week. But, yeah, it's a little bit of both, and appreciate it. This is a really cool mask.
It's nice. Also, you know, last when the Pro Bowl came out, Keenan Allen had some things to say about you and Chris. He's obviously coming to town. Do you take any extra oomph in your game when you know that guy's on the other sideline this week, or what?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Nah, Keenan, that's my boy. You know,
Okay.
he thinks he's one of the best receivers in the league, and he should. He's a really great player. I like his game a lot. You know, he's a dog out there too. You know, he's a little bit smaller than me, but he be out there blocking, and he plays real tough. So, you know, hopefully we can shut him down, and we can get a W.
Thanks.
All right, next up is Greg Allman.
Mike, you say a lot of nice things about Keenan Allen. When you see something like that, you're not a guy that's short on motivation any week of the year. Is that something that'll help you on Sunday? Is that something that you might remind yourself of on Sunday?
Maybe when it comes, I don't know. But he's playing receiver, so he's not gonna be guarding me, so he ain't gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, we ain't gonna be able to go at each other in that aspect. But you know, I'm always trying to dominate, you know, each game. So you know, hopefully I'll be able to dominate this week.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, next up is Tom Akins.
Yeah, Mike, what are the keys to this team having success this week against the Chargers? What are you guys looking for? What are you going to have to excel in?
Just better execution this week. I feel like we've been improving each week. This week, I think we need to put it all together, play the full game out, and convert on third downs. That's going to be huge for us. Last week, I think we converted about 50%. We should have been around 80% on some of the throw. I had a drop. There's a couple other plays in there. We can't have these pre-snap penalties or the holding calls to be killing our drives. So you just got to be better in that aspect and be better on third down. And I like our chances.
All right, next up is going to be Mark Cook.
Hey, Mike, you guys sit at 2-1 atop the NFC South standings. Statistically, I mean, you guys probably aren't anywhere near where you were last year, but you're winning football games. Do you worry about the statistical part of things at all? Do you feel like those things will come, you know, another 1,000-yard season for yourself? Or and when you look back at the film, do you see opportunities where you guys miss things, where some of those stat numbers and you know, highlight plays could have been made?
Oh, Mark, you do a lot at me right there. Obviously, Mark, you've been covering for a while. You know I don't really care about the stats. The main thing I care about is wins, and that's what we've been doing. You know, we strung 2 in a row, looking for a third this week. Obviously, there are plays that, you know, we can definitely make, and there's some things that we have to clean up. But I feel like each week we're improving. You know, this is still our third week fully together as a team, like a real team, in real live game action. So, you know, each week we're improving, and this week hopefully we can put it all together and play a complete game on offense.
And I agree with Rick. That's a pretty cool mask. Have a good game, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, next up is going to be Steve Isbitz.
Mike, does anything stand out to you regarding how Tom Brady comes to practice and approaches things after a win?
Nothing surprises me. He just works. He works his ass off, and you know, that's why he's still doing this at 43. You know, he loves the game. He has so much drive, drive that I've never seen before, and you know, he's doing it still at 43, like I said. So, I mean, nothing's really different about how he comes after a win or a loss. He just comes ready to work no matter what.
And just in general, can you express how much fun is this being in first place, alone in the NFC South? Things on the rise?
Oh, it's definitely fun winning. You know, in the past we haven't been in this spot very much. So, I'm happy that we're here, and we're going to work like hell to stay here.
We have time for a couple more. Next is going to be James Palmer.
Mike, I asked OJ this as you guys keep getting asked by us about the growth that you're having week by week and how you guys go through it. Is there certain joy and excitement to it, to when you guys see something click and you can kind of grow off of that? How quickly do you guys start talking about what you learned after each game as you kind of go through this?
Oh, it's definitely, we definitely get excited about, what we can be. And, we're winning right now. Defense is playing amazing. But when it starts to get against, getting the playoff contention and things like that, then we got to really step it up offensively. And we got the pieces to do it. All our teammates, they work really, really hard. We just got to keep that up. And there's a lot of plays to be made out there. We just got to go out there and make them and execute, like I've been saying.
And when you see that on a Monday, does everybody come in with kind of that like ideas or I saw this, I want to make sure everybody knows that this is something? Is that kind of way the Monday rolls?
Well, we come in on Tuesday. Monday's the off day now. But when we come in, we watch the film on Tuesday. We definitely try to see the plays that we missed and try to hit those the next week. So, hopefully this week we can hit a lot of plays that we missed in the previous weeks.
All right, we're going to go with Jenna Lane, then Ed and Cena.
Hey, Mike, I happen to like the shirt from the game, the one about the video games, a little better than the mask, but the mask is still a nice touch. You mentioned Tom's drive. What is it about it that separates his drive and his process during the week with you guys compared to other quarterbacks, right? Because you have to be driven to excel at this level.
You said what his drive's different?
Well, yeah. What separates Tom? Because you mentioned Tom's drive. What separates his drive from what you see from
all the quarterbacks that I've worked with in the past have really great drive. Mm-hmm. I don't know what separates it. They're all very detailed. All the quarterbacks that I've played with, mm-hmm. They're all very detailed, and they all just come in early, leave late. So they all do the same thing. He's been doing it. He's 43 years old now, still playing, still active, and he's been doing it for a really long time. So, there's something different about him. I guess his preparation and keeping his body right is a main factor. But all quarterbacks that I've worked with in the past have drives just like this, but he just has been able to do it for the longest.
I think one of the things that just from a bystander standpoint, it's just it doesn't look like anything that he does is ever good enough for him. He works at it maniacally almost. Do you see that as well? What he expects from himself just seems to be so much. Yeah,
absolutely. And his knowledge of the game is second to none. He's seen everything in his league, and the most accomplished player, and he still wants to keep going. So, his drive is great.
We have time for one more question. We're going to go to Ed and Cena.
Hi, Mike. With the receiving core a little bit banged up right now with Chris and Scotty, obviously there's a next man up mentality that comes to that. What have you seen from some of those, other guys? Obviously there's Jay Watt, Tyler Johnson, even Cyril and Mickens, some of the guys who maybe, might have to step up if one of you guys isn't, if Chris or Scotty isn't ready to go.
Oh, they have no choice but to step up. Obviously missing Chris, one of the best receivers in the league, having him down is definitely going to hurt. But, guys have to step up. And there's a lot of injuries in this league right now. So, guys are just going to have to step up. We're paid professionals, and that's our job to do that. And that Miami Heat shirt, is that a LeBron Miami Heat shirt, or is that something else? Go LeBron. We're rooting for LeBron, Ed.
I know you're rooting for LeBron.
We're rooting for LeBron.
All right, that'll be all for today. Thanks, Mike.
All right, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you.